Bend and Scoop is brought to you by Harder Concepts, the best bars in North Dallas. Eat, drink, party harder.
I love Bend and Scoop, man.
You want to hear some music? You'd like that, wouldn't you? Well, today you're going to get all the music you want.
The request lines are now open. KGFJ Soul Radio.
Do it now, man.
Request lines are up.
It's open, man.
Got any Blue Oyster Cult?
No, I don't have any Blue Oyster Cult. I ate 34 pairs last time around. Where were you? I was that close to working at 7-Eleven, you know.
Pass the word along. Tell the men it's time to shoot the moon.
Shoot the moon!
Out there on the microphone. On the microphone.
Shoot the moon. Shoot the moon.
The attitude dictates that you don't care whether she comes, stays, lays, or prays. I mean, whatever happens, your toes are still tapping.
Hey, Strawberry! Oh, Strawberry. Hey, what's happening, man? How you doing? This is my friend.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What you looking at, man?
Oh, nothing. I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking at his neck, man.
Can you honestly tell me that you forgot the magnetism of Robin Zander or the charisma of Rick Nielsen?
That's kid stuff.
Kid stuff. Well, how about the tunes? I want you to want me. The Dream Police. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Build your muscles picking strawberries. You know, Bend and Scoop. Maybe I could get you a job with United Fruit. I got a buddy with United Fruit. Start with strawberries, you might work your way up to these goddamn bananas. When, boy, are you gonna get your act together?
We're creating a society of cell phone crazed, marijuana smoking zombies.
Coming to you not quite live from Lukewarm Tallboy Studios deep in the land of Gar, this is Bend and Scoop, the podcast featuring music, mirth, and minutia, focused on exposing artists you probably haven't heard, but should. I'm Bob, and I'll be your tour guide on this amazingly asymmetric auditory adventure as we journey to the center of your cochlea. Welcome to episode 58. Bend and Scoop is brought to you by Harder Concepts, the best bars in North Dallas. Visit one of the 5 great Harder Concepts locations in DFW, which includes Scruffy Duffy's and Ringo's Pub, both at the shops at Legacy and Plano, Saintsbury Tavern at Austin Ranch and the Colony, the Mucky Duck at Addison Circle in Addison, and Addison Ice House at Vitruvian Park in Addison. All 5 Harder Concepts locations have great food, live music, an amazing beer and spirit selection, and a wait staff that's second to none. Whether you want to hang out with old friends or meet some new ones, there's no better place to get together and watch your favorite sports or hear some awesome tunes. Eat, drink, party harder. Joining us at the end of the show to play a round of Is That Your Vinyl Answer in the Groovin' After Party will be our very special guest, Josh Goodheart from the Combing the Stacks podcast. We spread the gospel of vinyl here at Bend and Scoop, so be sure to tell us all about your favorite neighborhood record store by posting to @BendScoop on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag SpinMomandPop. Our record store of the week is Luna Music in Indianapolis. You can follow them on Twitter and Instagram @Luna Music, on Facebook @The Luna Music, and you can check out their website at lunamusic.net. We're going to open off with a track by a band from Melbourne called the Murlocs. This is from their brand new record, Bittersweet Demons. It's called Illuminate the Shade.
CDQ.
That was Atlanta's Tiger Tiger with the title track from 2018's Backing the Wrong Horse. How Many is a podcast where I get together with my friends Jesse, Junior, Gary, and Scott to debate a variety of pop culture topics, including movies, sports, TV, music, and more. You can follow How Many on Twitter at How Many Podcast and listen at howmanypodcast.com. From San Francisco, here's a band called The Piecers with the brand new record called Blexed Wreck. This is Ghost of a Motherfucker.
That's the ghost of a motherfucker. Give him time, he could sleep all day. Getting on in the easy way. New leather jacket, hey, that's his way. Fool's camouflage doesn't use him. Oh, 'cause it's so hard picking and losing. That's the ghost of street cred. Last one in town, last one in line. Keep it loose, man. Right out the door. No boss, cash only. Fool's camouflage doesn't really move him. Oh, 'cause it's so hard picking and losing. That's the ghost of a motherfucker. Give him time, he could sleep all day. That's the ghost of a motherfucker. Give him time, he could sleep all day. Getting on in the easy way. No job. Fool's camouflage doesn't really move him. Oh, 'cause it's so hard picking and losing.
can all go home now. Everything's under control. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming. We don't need you.
Send out the vermin!
This can all be settled peacefully. Thank you.
No, it can't. Send them out or we open fire.
What's the matter with you people? All of a sudden, everybody wants to shoot everybody. You guys have been hanging around up here too long. You're waiting, no, hoping for this country to fall apart. You got paper targets that look like real people that you're shooting at so you can kill with no more thought than putting a hole in a piece of paper. Are you guys insane or what? Why don't you just knock each other off right now? You can start with me first, because if that's what this country is coming to, if you guys are the future, then I don't want to be here to see it.
That's a band called Lawn with a song called Summertime. Those two go hand in hand, don't they? They're from New Orleans. That was from their 2020 record, Johnny. Plausible Deniability is a monthly podcast I co-host with my pal David Miller, which you can follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Pause Deny. We post new episodes on the first day of every month. From Orlando, here's a band called The Woolly Bushmen. From their 2019 album In Shambles, this is What You're Doing to Me.
music, GSA.
My eyes are fixed on the stars high.
That was Olivia Jean from Detroit by way of Nashville with Rhinestone off her 2019 album Night Owl. Campfire Songs is a podcast where I get together with my buddies Todd, Jim, and Tom to share and discuss songs with each other. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Songs Campfire and give us a listen for more great music. Here's Porcupine from Minneapolis with a song called Show and Tell off 2019's Carrier Wave.
Hello? Yes, this is Donald Quinnell. Yeah, Sonny told me. What do I think? Well, I think that I could tell whoever I want, whatever I want, whenever I want. And I don't want to hear about what you want. Really? I think you'd be the one that would know your mother in that way. Well, you don't scare me. Matter of fact, you amuse me. And the next time I see you, I'll try not to laugh in your little inbred face. Well, my ass is right here. If you want to whoop it, just come on up and try, and I'll blow you away like lint. Tell you what, I'll give you directions, dipshit. Mm-hmm. Well, yes, indeed. Can you write? Is there anyone there with an education above the first grade? Well, you just take Highway 16. Yes, that's 1 and then 5 numbers after it. Great. Well, you drive fast, Oyster Brain. Yes, indeed. Because the sooner you get here, the sooner there'll be one less wart on the ass of society. Well, yeah, fuck you too. Bye-bye.
To
That was Brooklyn's Rips from their self-titled solo debut back in 2017 with Losing 2. Have you ever wanted to host a podcast? Well, all you have to do to join the mic hunt and host your very own episode of Assume the Juxtaposition is send me your topic idea to lukewarmtallboy@gmail.com. You can follow Assume the Juxtaposition on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at AssumeTJPod. And don't forget to stick around for the end of the show when we'll be joined in the Groovin' After Party by our special guest, Josh Goodheart from the Combing the Stacks podcast. Here's a band called Velveteen Rabbit from New York City off their self-titled 2019 album. This song is called The Gunman. Country, easy listening. It's Woolworth and Wilco's Stereo Spectacular. The sounds you love for just $2.49 on records and $2.49 for tapes. Superstars like Neil Sedaka, Dolly Parton, the Beach Boys, Ohio Players, Charlie Pride, Allman Brothers, Loretta Lynn, and many more. On Columbia, RCA, WEA, Capitol, Motown, and other great labels. The sounds you love on records or tapes, just $2.49 each. Right now during Woolworth and Wilco's Stereo Spectacular.
Flowing through my veins.
It's a band from way back in the 80s out of Cleveland called The Mice from a reissued compilation from 2003 called For Almost Ever. Scooter, that song was Guarding You. If you want to listen to all this great music without having to hear me ramble between songs, be sure to check out our Bend and Scoop Spotify playlist. If we played it and they have it, you can listen to it there. And if you enjoy listening to what we do here on Bend and Scoop, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you get your podcasts. And if you really enjoy what we do here at Bend and Scoop and would like to show your support, please feel free to drop a little something in our virtual tip jar at patreon.com/bendscoop. After everything we've been through the past couple of years, I think we can all feel truly fortunate to count ourselves among the survivors.
These are troubled times. We need leaders, men of courage, hope, and vision. This is not who we need. Robin Williams is Donald.
I think the world out there is coming undone like a cheap suit.
He just lost his job.
Well, now, you want to briefly? You're fired.
His girlfriend.
But I'm not gonna be here when you get back.
Then he lost his mind.
Hey.
Walter Matthau is Sonny.
Hey, come on. A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
He got held up.
And I'm not wearing any underwear.
And blown up. Then he got a little fed up.
No, not a little, a lot.
Columbia Pictures presents a Michael Ritchie film, The Survivors, the story of two guys who decided it was time to speak up.
And we're tired of being victims, aren't we? I'm not afraid to go back.
Don't get them mad, Donald.
And the guy who decided to make them shut up.
You're gonna be two to dead or something. You gotta have a stronger gut through. Well, Mr. Hunky Mofo, take your best shot.
You know, this is one of the neatest times we have ever had.
Hey, survival training's gonna be fun. Just gonna be like skiing except for booby traps.
You die!
That's the way John Wayne would have done it.
Now you're mad at me.
He's more primitive than I thought.
Walter Matthau.
I think you're a total loony bird.
Robin Williams.
Sonny, mental defectives shoot people all the time. I think I could learn.
Jerry Reed.
Well, if you think I'm gonna let you shoot me so you look good for your friends out there, brother, you crazy.
Once they declare war on each other,
This one has your name and address on it.
you could die laughing.
Donald! Donald, you're alive!
The Survivors.
You can all go home now. Everything is under control. Let me rephrase that.
Since I was a boy, I just tried to survive. Never been a dancer, never fallen in line. Thought of myself as the prodigal kind, with a greed and a dream from a bottle of wine. But once from before I dead and gone, they just want me to have a happy home, a happy home, a happy home, a happy home, a happy home. Like my father before me, overcome with rage. Trying to be little things, man. I stepped out of the cage. I said I'd see you at the end. Whoever that was, I called them a friend. Call them a friend. Call them a friend. Call them a friend. I call them a friend.
People listen to people. So listen, people.
Welcome to the Groovin' After Party. Come on in and pour yourself a cold one.
Joining me now for our Groovin' After Party here on Bend and Scoop is Josh Goodheart from the Combing the Stacks podcast. Welcome, Josh.
Hello, everyone.
So, Josh, tell everybody about Combing the Stacks. It's a great podcast, and we've actually had a couple of your co-hosts on previous episodes. Sorry to have you on last. We didn't do that intentionally, but
No
thanks
problem.
for joining us.
Saving the best for last.
Yes, exactly.
Combing the Stacks is a music podcast going through 6 decades of music, starting from the 60s up through whenever we finish, which will probably be in the 2030s at this rate. We've just celebrated our 1-year anniversary a couple weeks ago, and we are currently on the 70s decade, counting down, going through that besteveralbums.com list of the best albums from the 70s. And then we've also included albums from the newest Rolling Stone Top 500 list, and we've taken all of that data and put them in chronological order this time around so that we can kind of see the progression of music through the 70s and see the progression from individual artists if we cover them multiple times.
It's a really great concept. I love the show. And I was fortunate enough, you guys actually had me on not too long ago, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed being on there. So what you guys are what, weekly, bi-weekly? How often are you releasing shows?
Yep, we are weekly. You can count on shows coming out every Thursday, as barring me editing them in time without anything. This week's a little different. We're doing a delay due to unforeseen circumstances, so it'll be out this weekend, but then we should get back to the normal schedule.
Excellent. What's in this new episode?
So this episode that we're going to be recording this week, we are covering Can's Tago Mago or Tago Mago. I don't know how it's pronounced. We've got David Bowie's Aladdin Sane, which we just covered his previous album, Ziggy Stardust, before that. And then we've got Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. So three pretty big albums.
Oh, yeah.
All from the 72 era, if not late 71.
Yep. Yeah, those are big ones. So give it a listen, folks. Excellent listen.
Yeah,
Josh,
it's
go ahead.
fun. It's fun. Yeah, and hopefully you'll learn something too. We cover a bit of the bio on the artists if you're not familiar with them, and kind of place the album in context.
Yeah, and I also enjoy the fact that you guys each kind of discuss, like, you don't always all agree on any specific album. You know, there's definitely some good discussion and debate about certain records and certain bands and stuff. So
yeah, usually our best episodes are when we all have differing opinions or when we all have strong opinions about an album.
Definitely. Now, let's learn a little bit more, Josh, about your own personal musical journey. And we're going to play around with something we like to call, is that your vinyl answer? So what's the first record you remember buying with your own money? It doesn't necessarily have to have been vinyl, whatever format it was.
So I'm almost 39, so I am in the cassette CD era of purchasing, and my first 2 albums would have been on cassette, and they were Less Than Jake's Losing Streak and Goldfinger's Hang Ups, which were kind of ska punk albums from that late 90s era, 96, 98, I believe. And that was kind of my gateway music through friends, the ska punk stuff.
Yeah, those are pretty solid. Not bad first purchases. Certainly not embarrassing.
Oh yeah. No. And I really didn't get into music until probably late middle school, early high school, just from exposure to friends. And that's when I started going to concerts and stuff also.
Do you know if you still have either of those? And do you remember where you bought them?
I do not have either of them. I think they were sold along the way or upgraded to CD or digital at some point along the way. And I bought them, probably at a CD store that's no longer around. It was in Northern Virginia, and it may have been something like CD Warehouse or some generic type of CD store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, who do you own the most albums by, and which of theirs is your favorite?
So I have all the Beatles albums. That's probably a popular answer. My favorite Beatles album, as we've discussed on the show, is probably either Rubber Soul or White Album, although it tends to fluctuate on that. I'm also a big White Stripes fan. I have all of their albums. And I think probably The Style or Elephant is my favorite of those.
Great choices. I believe they just put out an expanded edition of White Blood Cells as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had not heard of that.
Yeah, I guess it's probably, what did that come out in, like 99, 2000, somewhere around there?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I remember hearing them was that album back in the Napster days.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that was a big source of music for sure.
Yes, for sure. Is there a specific album by any artist that you've purchased more times than any other? Just multiple formats, replacing, whatever the case might be.
Yep. Let's see. What do I have? I'm trying to go through ahead and think. I have probably bought. Oh man, this is not making for good podcast radio, but
you're giving it some serious thought. And
yeah, gosh, what would it be? Well, I mean, to go back, that Less Than Jake album, I definitely upgraded to CD after I bought it from cassette, and then I bought it, downloaded it digitally when we had iTunes.
Now, do you have vinyl right now? Any vinyl or?
No, I'm not a vinyl collector. I am a movie collector, so I have a lot of movies, too many movies that I need to pare down probably. But yeah, vinyl is never an avenue that I got into music wise.
Who among your friends and family do you know that has the biggest collection of vinyl?
Probably my co-host Matt from Combing the Stacks. I think he has the most, and I'm not even sure if he has that much compared to like big collectors or anything like that.
Yeah, I remember Matt mentioning he's got a pretty decent sized collection, but like he said, it's not just an enormous. Like I've had some people come on here who know people who have collections numbering in the thousands, maybe even near 10,000. I'm like, first off, where do you put it? Right. Like, I mean, I have barely 100, and it's filling up like almost half of a bookshelf in one area of the house. So it's like, I just don't even know where you'd store it.
Yeah, it's a significant space issue, and I think they get heavy too after a certain point.
Oh yeah,
like books.
They get really heavy. Is there any favorite mom and pop record store that you go to these days, or did you just get anything that you want musically? Do you just get it digitally?
Yeah, unfortunately, I get everything. I listen through Spotify or purchase through iTunes if I ever want to listen to something. From the podcast, if I hear something I really like and respond to, I will buy it in order to support the artist in some small way. But yeah, because I'm not a vinyl hound or anything. I don't troll the shops anymore. Unfortunately, with COVID, the flea market situation is not as robust as it used to be either. There is a cool used CD store in Falls Church, which is kind of near where I live, called CD Seller. I know them, so I'll give a shout out to them. They tout
like
themselves
cellar, like basement.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and they tout themselves as the Mid-Atlantic's largest record store on their website.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
So they might be worth checking out if you're in the area, in the DC, Northern Virginia area.
Definitely.
And I think they might sell stuff online too, probably.
And that's what I was wanting to clarify, because when you said CD Seller, I was thinking like as in SELLER or
Yep. Yeah, their website's cdsellerva.com. V as in Victor, A as in alpha.com. Right.
Definitely give that a look.
Mm-hmm.
So for our last question, Josh, and this is one we added fairly recently. As a matter of fact, I think a few weeks ago when Matt was on, he was the very first one I asked this of. What is your all-time favorite cover song?
Oh. Geez. Maybe let me see who sings it, because I have drawn a blank here. Oh yeah, Crimson and Clover by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I like the original version, but I like her version more, so I will pick that as my own.
That's a really good one, and a lot of the stuff she does are covers, and she's always been really good at it. Joan Jett actually was the first concert I ever went to.
Oh wow, that's a good first concert.
And it was like I think it was like 1982, maybe 83, but it was the town I grew up in is a college town, and we were between Austin and San Antonio. So nobody ever played in my hometown. It was always either Austin or San Antonio, but for whatever reason, I guess she must have been doing like a college tour or something, and she played the campus around. I was like, wow, got to go see Joan Jett. And this was not too long after I Love Rock and Roll blew up, which is a cover, of course, as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
it was a great show. So I always kind of have a fond place in my heart for Joan Jett.
Yeah, I think she brings a lot of she kind of turns up the sexuality on that song a bit more, I think, and brings some punk edge to it versus the Tommy James and the Shondells version, which is maybe a bit more innocent.
Yeah, exactly. Tommy James, great band, but you don't really think sexy when you think of their sound. It is more of that kind of just safe. It's almost like parents were cool with their kids listening to that. They didn't have any issue with, oh, Tommy James, great, that's no problem.
Right.
So, Josh, before we wrap up, what are ways folks can follow both Combing the Stacks and you on social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, whatever?
Sure. So our main Twitter feed is @combingthe. That's where we post our episodes or notice of the episodes, and as well as any interesting articles that we find related to the artists that we're talking about, or YouTube clips John will often post. We also have a YouTube channel now that John has been diligently working on to post audio snippets of our shows. If you prefer listening to things through there, that's you can search for Combing the Stacks and find those videos. So that's kind of not our full episodes, but John takes either just chunks, because we cover about 3 albums a show, and he has broken them up and made them maybe a bit more listenable, because or at least digestible, because our shows sometimes go long for one sitting. And then I have because I'm into movies, I have a Letterboxd account, which is a big movie cataloging, list making type of service.
Yeah.
And I have created a list under my account for Combing the Stacks related to all of the music related movies and documentaries that might be related to the era that we're in or are very good. And you can search for me under Josh Goodheart, and you should be able to find that, as well as many other lists that I've created, and I rate everything I watch, and you can see kind of what I'm into that way, movie-wise.
Awesome. Definitely have to check that out. Josh, thanks so much for being on. Really appreciate it. And folks, again, give it a listen. Combing the Stacks, great show. Hope to talk to you again soon, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Bob. It was really fun, and I will talk to you soon.
Don't worry about it, guys. It's all in the mix.
Bye-bye, lardass.
Bend and Scoop is a production of Lukewarm Tallboy Studios.
We will return tomorrow morning with the sun.
Good evening, and have a good life.